We're back, it's 10:12. We've been in closed session, county attorney, and so we're back in open meeting. And Jim has one item on the agenda for today that he's going to take up here in open meeting. Just for information, we discussed items in closed session, and of course we don't take any action today, but we'll talk about those on Monday.
Judge, the last thing I have is item 2 on mine. It's in conjunction with the hangar acquisition project. Once that is closed, my understanding is this is kind of a federal law deal that since it's an airport, once the title to the hangars changes hands, we're required to offer relocation services to any tenants out there that might not want to do business with the city and county directly. And so this Percheron LLC outfit provides those, this would just be to ask y'all to approve the retention of them, and and I don't know, I'll get copies of this to y'all that kind of lists their services, but basically they'll come out, do some on-site work, they'll send letters to all the tenants, and I guess follow up with them, and then of course if there's anybody that wants to move, they'll do whatever's required in that. But the bottom line on this, it's $19,500 total for their services, but half of that's paid by the RAMP grant funds, and then of course the city pays half, so that leaves the county with $4,787.50. And this is something that, as we've been discussing, kind of the total, remainder for the hangar acquisition project, this has been figured into those numbers. So, if y'all have any questions about that?
Any comments about that? Tim, Stacy, y'all have any comments about it? Okay. All right, then we'll take action on that on Monday.
And that's all I have.
All right. Thank you, Jim. All right. Let's look at Mondays. That concludes our agenda items for today. If y'all want to, let's look at Monday's agenda. Let's see. The auditor will have some budget amendments and line item transfers possibly. The treasurer will take up the affidavit and the financial statement and the investment portfolio. Ida, you do have a item F, which is reclassify position. Anything you want to say about that, or just wait till Monday?
I'll just wait till Monday. I'm just reclassifying.
All right. Within your office?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, Judge.
All right. I didn't know if that was something you were doing for everybody or just it was specific to you.
Yeah.
I had two other things. I hope she put them on. Okay. Okay, the HVAC deal closed. Okay, I do have that quote from Cat Rock for those two HVAC units that Wally had come and talked to us about, and I have the actual figures. I know it's $18,000. I think I put that in here today. Sorry about that. Okay, I guess did not bring that with me, but, anyway, the total was $18,000, and I can give you the specifics on that all on Monday. The tonnage and what they're actually gonna do. I know they're gonna add some new stuff, but then they were also gonna use some of the existing stuff there and reuse it, so, I'll have that on Monday. And then the next, item that I had for today was, I'm sorry, here it is. From Cat Rock Heating and Plumbing, to replace 2 HVAC systems in the DA's office at the Criminal Justice Center. New unit size to match existing equipment, so he didn't list what it was, but basically he's saying what's up there, he's gonna put the same up there. And so, and it's talking about remove duct, electrical and gas needed to cool and reinstall 2 HVAC systems, install new equipment, reconnecting to existing ducts, electrical, flue pipe, and gas supply to the unit. Install new outdoor units on roof connecting to existing electric outlets and wire. Install smoke detector for each unit wired to kill indoor blower in a smoke event. Install overflow kill switches for the condensation, and they'll be wired where if they have so much condensation leakage, it'll stop the unit.
I'm glad we didn't have that on this one here.
They're gonna reuse existing thermostat wire, but they're gonna install 2 new thermostats, and that also includes a city inspection fee, and the total price of that is $18,805. So we'll talk about that. The other item I had is David Hippolito actually received an email from Teresa West, who is with the Texas Department of Emergency Management, and part of the Emergency Management Coronavirus Relief Fund. They have designated a number of funds that have been established for each county and city, and that at this point in time, we're able to receive 20% of our allocation that they gave us. And so, Hale County, the total allocation for Hale County was $252,065, and the 20% of that is $50,413. And I don't want to say it's a grant. It sort of is a grant, but it's not. It doesn't have the components of a grant. We don't have to fill out lots of application and things like that. Of course, we've got to track it and be accountable for it, but I think it's sort of an expedited process to get us the funding. Ida has actually talked to this lady and has been working with her on what we need to send in. And she said once she receives our completed forms, it takes about a week to process the forms. And so, Ida, you want to share anything when you talk to her?
No, Judge, other than, she's supposed to be emailing me some information, so, on the forms and all that.
Okay.
Because what we had was a little bit different than what we need,
Okay.
so.
And my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, we are eligible for the $50,413, but we're eligible for additional of that 252. I just don't know the process in which for us to claim more of that money. And so, on Monday, what I'm going to ask for is for the court to approve us to pursue this and allow us to fill out the forms and go from there and see. So, and that's what I have that's additional for the agenda for Monday. Carla?
I don't mind talking about it until Monday. I'm
Okay.
just basically doing the same thing as rolling, moving people around,
Okay.
taking care of that.
Okay. And then, like I said, Jim will have the same items basically as today. We won't need to go into closed session because we've been in closed session, but any action that we're gonna take on the items he talked about, we'll do on Monday. And that's all that's on the agenda, so anybody have any questions about the workshop? Okay, we'll stand adjourned then on our workshop. It is 10:23 a.m. and so we're adjourned from that. And at the same time, on the same day, which is July 24th, 2020, we will now come out of recess for our budget hearing and open that this morning. Unless someone has any comments or anything else to bring up. We're still in the budget process, but what's happened now is we're sort of at a point where the auditor and treasurer are working through what we talked about during the week and trying to get everything put together so that when we receive the numbers from the appraisal district, then we'll be able to proceed with that. We will be in budget session all next week, so until we receive either information from Melinda that we can go forward, or once she receives the appraisal district stuff, then we'll go forward. But we'll open, ask if there's any comments or anyone want to talk about anything with the budget. If not, then we'll recess until the next day. So
That'll be at 1:30 Monday, Judge?
it'll be 1:30 Monday. And so, does anyone have anything they want to bring up this morning? All right, then we'll go ahead and go into recess until Monday at 1:30 on our budget item. So I show it to be 10:25, so we'll stand in recess.
It's a new posting.
Okay, all right. Then I can adjourn. Okay, we'll adjourn this week's budget and